for the $1 million Carlton Draft Caulfield Guineas. Our coverage this afternoon from the mounting yard, thanks to Arrowfield Stud. In top swing, the Sydney 3-year-old Alf Matthews, who placed in the Guineas Prelude.
And a good performance on that occasion where it suited everything, that got the favours. This is trained on nicely, looks well. I'm going to include it.
Number 2 is Kusi, who ran 4th in the Stud Stakes behind Casual Pass.
Still doing a few things wrong here in Melbourne. He's trained on okay, but I'm going to wait for this horse and see how he goes in terms of running on, looking towards a derby possibly.
Well, the on-course favourite is number 3, which is Exceed and Excel, Hugh Bowman, for Tim Martin.
We commented the other day how well he looked, and I guarantee you, ladies and gentlemen, he hasn't gone backwards.
Number 4 is Ambulance, the horse they're treating as the main danger to the favourite.
Lovely individual. It'll be winning.
Number 5 is Scaredy Cat. Stephen Arnold rides. Cliff Brown is the trainer.
Seems to have lost its way a little bit since it did win at Flemington. Respectable in the Dubai, has trained on okay, looks good.
Number 6 is the one-time boom 3-year-old Largo Delight, looking to recapture that gloss.
And I don't think he lost his boom. He still looks very well. I thought his effort in the Dubai Cup was outstanding from an awkward gate. Tough the way the race is going to be run for him.
7 is Elvestrom, a horse who won the Guineas Prelude and living up to the bloodlines.
Got all the favours in the Prelude, won't get the favours today, looks well.
Number 8 is Face Value, a horse who will wear blinkers today. Patrick Payne rides for Bevan Lamming.
And again, looks very, very nice. The blinkers suit him beautifully, and he's a lovely looking individual. He has not had any luck in any race this preparation.
Number 9 is the New Zealand Hope Stardane. Brian Jenkins is the trainer. Number 10, Canny Opera, prepared by Andrew Noblet.
Very unlucky last start at Flemington in the concept. Finished 4th behind Del Zao. Not sure how strong that form race will turn out to be. However, again, Andrew Noblet's got this horse going well.
Another of the Kiwis is 11 Penitentiary. Richard Otto, the trainer. Gary Grills rides.
Interesting run of this. Probably gets back a little bit. Nice looking individual after seeing him in the flesh the first time. Not all that big, but a good type.
That brings us to the well-related Kempinski, number 12.
Lovely looking individual, on the toe a little bit, but again, he's got enough speed if he wants to use it, and drawn favourably.
Only superstar fillies have been successful in this race. Around one of those, how will 13 Hasna go?
Well, she nearly fits into the superstar category as far as I'm concerned. No luck last start at Randwick. Well documented, was forced to cover ground, drawn awkwardly, looks beautiful.
That's our look at the runners as they parade. Thanks to Arrowfield Stud, the jockeys are being legged on board. On course, it's Exceed and Excel from Ambulance. Third pick is clearly Hasna. A break, we're back with the late mail and all of the key contenders. Now in the $1 million Carlton Caulfield Guineas, 1,600 metres away, Exceed and Excel. That price comes in closer to what they're betting on course. It is the favourite here. Let's link up with Alf Matthews.
Number 4 on top, Ambulance, looks outstanding, lovely looking individual, and he's in terrific form at the moment. Just looking for horses that have drawn okay back towards the inside. Speed will be on. It should get a good run. Might need a little bit of luck obtaining, however, we can never predict those things. Number 8, I'm going to include Face Value. No luck any run this preparation. Blinkers go on today. Interesting move. I think it's a wise move. Looks good. Also number 13, which is Hasna. Lovely looking filly, nearly in the superstar category. Looks great, travelled down well, as you would expect. And look, hasn't drawn perfectly, but will be there somewhere. May not have to get in, maybe out of sit 3 deep with a little bit of cover. Also, I'm going to include number 1, In Top Swing. Just thought it's drawn a bit better today to get a better run. Looks as if it's trained on quite nicely. Very open race. There's an abundance of talent in this event, and I guarantee you a lot of them look very well indeed. But we can't include them all. 4 ahead of 8, 13 and 1. We're trying to include a bit of value.
Alf, there'll be a lot of interest across the Tasman and right throughout North America in a few of these, in particular Kempinski, the beautifully bred galloper. What chance do you give it?
Well, tricky. I think he's drawn okay, showed nice speed when he won, but he led on that occasion. occasion, so it wouldn't surprise me. He looks as if he's trained on very well indeed. Beautiful looking individual, Brendan.
And Kempinski's price is longer on the tote than they're betting on course as the runners are introduced on course for this $1 million feature. Penitentiary is the other interesting runner from across the Tasman.
Yes, a horse that I've never seen in the flesh before. Not all that big. However, he is a beautiful looking individual, and he's one that's going to get back a little bit too.
Okay, will it be the Sydney youngster In Top Swing to be ridden by Noel Callow?
Nice ride on In Top Swing.
Yeah, nice horse. Won the Golden Roses up in at Rose Hill. Good horse on the way up. Drawn a nice barrier. We'll get a nice run, and you know, Exceed and Excel. If he gets pressured, I'll be finishing with Ambulance for sure.
Also, Noel Helenas, what do you make of him? Blinkers off today.
Yeah, I haven't spoke to Bart yet about the horse, but I won't be letting him throw his head around anyway. You know what I mean? If he wants to stride, well, I'll let him stride. But I haven't had a conversation with Bart yet, but I'm sure I will. And but I can't see anything to gain with him throwing his head in the air. So if he does, I'll just let him stride.
Mr. Murphy, you got the prize on protest last start. I thought he was reasonably well weighted in this good event today. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I did, because he had 58.5 the other day, and he was a bit intimidated by Lord Volsrock. He's out now, late scratching, so that helps because he doesn't like that horse. But anyway, I think he'll run well. He is weighted well. That's a good comment, and I think it'll be hard to beat. He's just drawn 16. It's a little sticky, but as long as we get in 3 deep with some cover or something like that, it should be all right.
The speed should be on. That should suit.
Yeah, for sure. He's jumping to the mile, and he'll be handyish. But if he lobs 4th, 5th, 1.5, I'll be smoking the pipe. I'll be very happy.
Snow Hero, what can you tell us about that? You rode in the last.
Yeah, nice horse. It had form up in Sydney, and it's come down here with Matty Ellett, and it was a little bit disappointing first up, but it's drawn a good gate, and it should run okay, hopefully.
Keep kicking goals.
Thanks, Alf.
The money keeps coming on course for Exceed and Excel, Andrew Bensley. It continues to tighten up.
Very good support on track. Tim Martin is joining us. Tim, well, it's been a topsy-turvy 2 or 3 days for you. Virtually out of the race. Now in, how do you feel?
Oh, I'm quietly confident. The horse looks great. Just happens to take too much out of him. I think the reason he's been backed into favouritism is the way the track's suiting on pace runners.
Yeah. Just drawing that gate, it puts you there, whether you take the sit-off Stardane, if it goes out and does what they plan.
Yeah, this looks like a speedy little horse, but just hope it doesn't annoy us too much.
Yeah. He didn't miss any work, did he? I mean, he worked Tuesday strong here. Thursday, he did it before you sort of picked it up.
No, we actually picked it up, but we bit the bullet, so we got to work him. So we worked him, and luckily we did.
Yeah, okay. How do you feel going into another Group 1 here with so much expectation on the favourite?
I think I've got the best horse, so I'm quietly confident.
All right. Well, hold our breath. Good luck, Tim.
Thank you.
Tim Martin joining us there.
He's already enjoyed 2 winners this afternoon at Rose Hill. Now, Exceed and Excel on course continues to tighten in. It's come in another margin on course, and it remains value on the tote. Ambulance, though, has been very, very easy, and the tote price you're seeing is a lot less than what they're betting on course, and the 3rd pick on course is Hasna. So that's the way the on-course market is. At longer odds, there's been no moves to report. Let's link up with Greg Miles for the first of 3 Group 1s.
The favourite, Exceed and Excel, comes up now. All the drama of the week. Just how much has it affected the horse? According to the betting markets, not at all. He's a heavily supported favourite, in fact, Exceed and Excel. Can his brilliance stretch to the mile? His pedigree says it will. Is that horse the nemesis, Stardane? He's led in every start he's had in New Zealand. Stardane is set. Now Elvstrom coming in. Patrick Payne on face value on the inside. Had a couple of placings, a win and a disqualification on Scalato. Hasn't been the best of races for Patrick. Here's the filly Hasna coming up into the line. Damien Oliver on board. One of his first big race wins was on Centro in this event in 1990. He's been runner-up no less than 5 times since, including last year. Now Penitentiary is locked into its gate. Kusi comes up in the All-Series. Kempinski getting set. Last to move in for the Carlton Draft Caulfield Guineas was Scaredy Cat, and the field is set to go. Group 1 at a mile. They're ready. Racing in the Guineas. And the first out, Exceed and Excel. In the early stages, Largo Delight goes to second. Stardane's improving on the outside and goes and sits outside the leader now. Exceed and Excel has enough pace to lead Stardane. In third placing in Top Swing, and there followed Largo Delight. Kuzi travelling 3 wide and improving. A length and a half further back then Face Value. Scaredy Cat followed by Ambulance. Between runners Kempinski the outside. About a length and a half further back Penitentiary. Hasner Elstrom travelling 3 wide, and Canny Opera 2.5 lengths away. 900 left to go, and at Exceed and Excel did it pretty well, leading by a length here to Kuzi to second. Stardane a neck away third. 3 lengths further back in Top Swing. They're followed by Largo Delight and Scaredy Cat. 2 lengths to Face Value, followed by Ambulance. He's hard ridden at the moment with Kempinski on his outside, and they were trailed further back then by Penitentiary. Elstrom Hasner second last, and last is Canny Opera at the 500, and Exceed and Excel. Bowman just slipped him a bit of rain, and he shot about 2 or 3 lengths in front before the turn from Kuzi in Top Swing. Face Value making ground on the inside, and then came Largo Delight. Exceed and Excel the leader. Callow's winding up in Top Swing, and he's after this front runner now, and then Face Value's got to third. Nothing else is running on in Top Swing. Went straight past Exceed and Excel. Could this be Callow's first Group 1? Running on as Face Value on the outside, but it's in Top Swing in front. He's out by a length and a half, and it's in Top Swing, winning it for Callow. Face Value second, 3 lengths Kempinski. Figgy Grabs third from Ambulance and Elstrom. Canny Opera's made a lot of ground, and then Hasner. Exceed and Excel didn't run it out, and next to finish is Kuzi, followed by Scaredy Cat, Largo Delight, and Stardane was last of all. Capping what has been a stellar 12 months for Noel Callow, one of the winningest jockeys in Australia, is a Group 1 on In Top Swing for trainer Noel Mayfield Smith. Number 1, In Top Swing, takes out the Carlton Draft Caulfield Guineas, and Callow absolutely loved it. He gave the horse a perfect ride. Face Value running out of his skin in second placing, producing a tremendous second, and a photo finish for third. Exceed and Excel led. Bowman going for home well before the bend. He set up about a 3-length break, but he was running on empty at the 200, and it was In Top Swing who claimed him and then held Face Value.
Another Mayfield Smith in a Group 1 winner's circle. Noel Mayfield Smith with Andrew Bensley.
Noel, what about the emotion of this win?
Oh, it's pretty good, I think, yeah.
You reckon you jumped down out of the grandstand in one foul swoop, mate?
It was the wind. Blew me down. It was great.
What about the run? You felt it? Exceed and Excel put the pace on?
Yeah, I thought if he was handy enough, he'd finish on strong. I was a bit worried early in the day that the horses was, on the speed and winning. But, I mean, he's gone incredible this week, and, I mean, everything's just gone so well with him. His work's been terrific, and he's a good horse. I mean, everyone wants to tell you what he can't do, but they want to tell you what he can do. And he can do bloody plenty, I'll tell you.
Well, he's shown it today. I mean, are you surprised? You're obviously, hasn't been spoken about this week, this horse.
No, that's always a good sign too. No one ever give Landsliding a chance in a Stradbroke either, but he won. So it's usually a good sign for me.
What can you go on now with this horse?
We're going to go for a spell. He'll go home, and we'll get him ready for the autumn.
Well done. Go and enjoy it.
Thanks a lot.
Noel Mayfield Smith joining us there. What a win it was. And, well, we'll catch up shortly with Noel Callow, Brendan.
Just amazing stuff. And Alf Matthews, you have witnessed the rise and rise of Noel Callow, and this rise has just got to a new peak.
He's a personal friend. I know the family very well, and look, I am just so pleased and so proud of him because he's a guy that's just taken all before him, and he was always going to give it a good ride from a good gate, and he knew the speed was going to be on. He was aware of it, and he just kept in touch enough to give the horse an opportunity to make ground, not as much as run on, but he went across the line, and he was very, very excited indeed, and so he ought to be. That is one guy that's going places. Got a lot of time and a lot of admiration for him.
As he returns, we've heard the rousing applause from the crowd of the beaten brigade, Exceed and Excel. Perhaps the speed duel took too much out of him. Perhaps it was a mile.
Well, it was interesting because I thought as they left the gates, the speed was, fairly steady. And then Stardame went forward, didn't have to apply any pressure. Exceed and Excel got quite an easy run, but he just may have let fire a little bit just on the corner, which may have taken something out of him. And it was 1600 for the first time too.
Noel Callow's up in the saddle doing his special salute for this crowd. He's achieved an amazing following this past few months. His winning tally just continues to grow. He's thrilled. He just gets a little congratulatory cheers too from Alf Matthews. He's about to head back in to Classic Caulfield. He gives that special salute once again to the photographers here at Caulfield, the first of 3 Group 1s, and perhaps that sets the scene for what amazing emotion we're going to see a little later on. The star jump he affects in grand fashion. Have a look at that. One of the best I think we've ever seen. Andrew Bensley, Noel's about to wander over your way. It's a pretty special moment for him.
It is. We'll try and get a quick word with him once he walks to the scales here. Plenty of emotion with the owners. They're all going off. And why wouldn't you be winning a Group 1 Caulfield Guineas? And look at Noel Callow. He's going right off too. He's just looking for Noel Mayfield Smithing. Otherwise, we'll walk over with you, Noel. How's that, mate?
Fantastic, Hoss. Been chasing it and to finally get one, it was good. Thanks.
The elation of hitting the line?
Yeah, I was just over the moon. I got there a little bit sooner than what I wanted to do, but when I had 50 to go, I knew I was home.
Enjoy it, mate.
Thanks, Hoss.
Noel Callow heading up to the scales.
Yeah, a special moment in his life, and that for young Noel Mayfield Smith, and his Group 1 honour roll grows even further. Remember a few years ago on the George Ryder when he won with Landsighting? Well, he wins one of Melbourne's most famous Group 1 races. He's up on the scales. Exciting stuff. OK, Cheltenham's not too far away. All we await is a scales report. 1, 8, 12 and 4 here. Ambulance running in 4th position, so that was a great performance to make up so much ground over the concluding stages.
Given the fact, Brendan, too, that it was back in the field and it was under pressure a long way out. This horse is heading nicely to a Derby, in my opinion.
OK, we'll see if he steps out towards the Derby. Now, Rose Hill Sky Ratings top pick is number 7. In the 7th of 9 races, they had an early start. 11:40 a.m. Eastern was the first. Octennial from Sin Trail and Back in Style. 7 from 2 and 6, and then number 4. Now, the full market looks this way. The race is due to go in 11. And Octennial for Jim Cassidy. He's looking to add to his winning tally. He's already had a couple today. Back in Style for Larry Cassidy in the market, as is Sin Trail for Len Beasley. The rest are at double figure odds on page 1 in betting. Race is due to jump in 10 from now. And of the rest, Perrance for Brad.
Back in Style is there, and so too is Perrance. Pool building up to almost 393,000 in New South Wales. Charlie Won't the fence. Ready now. They're racing. Back in Style, squeezed out to last. Sin Trail is the early leader, jumping out well. Spinning Con commencing very nicely was Octennial, and Shenanigan is not far away. Sorting themselves out now, and Sin Trail with superior speed the leader. A length and a half on Prince moving to second. Spinning Con third, then Charlie Won't, followed by Shenanigan, and then Madison Octennial, followed by Canadian Bunny, and then comes Abolition Perrance, followed by Back in Style and Battle Songs last. On the side, nearing the 600, and Prince attacking Sin Trail. 2 Spinning Con, neck Charlie Won't the rail. A length and a half further back in the field on the outside, Madison, Shenanigan, Octennial, Canadian Bunny, Abolition, and then Perrance, and the last pair are Back in Style and Battle Song as they straighten up now, and Sin Trail is the leader. Beat off Prince over on the inside. Charlie Won't is battling on determinedly, and then a gap 2 on the outside, Madison. Let's look for Octennial. He's going up into about 4th position, but here's Perrance steaming down the outer, and Perrance reeled them in, put paid to its rivals, and there's a breeze to Perrance. Shenanigan second, maybe Octennial from Sin Trail for third, and wider out on the track, Madison, Charlie Won't, Back in Style, and then Spinning Con, Battle Song, Canadian Bunny, Prince and Abolition brought up the rear. Number 13, Perrance, ridden by Brad Stewart for Gerald Ryan, has got the prize here. And that was the first start that Gerald has given Perrance. He's had him for a little while, and he's done a good job with him. So that's a happy day for Gerald. Of course, he and Brad, he trained Sandy River, Gerald, and Brad Stewart rode him to an eyelash win over Skittles, and they've combined here to win with the Air de France gelding Perrance, waiting on the numbers to come up. Perrance first up since the 5th of July, raced by the First Home Racing Stables Syndicate, and Air de France Water Ripper, they gelding 5 years of age. Here are numbers: 13, 8, 7, 2. Number 8 second, Shenanigan, is by Desert Style, trained by Doreen Slinkard, John Grisdale. 7 Octennial third, battled on fairly by Octagonal, trained by Gary Portelli, Jim Cassidy, and 2 was fourth, and that was Sin Trail.
Perrance descending from the clouds, and Shenanigan and Octennial finishing the minor placings. Interim details coming through. Super Tab just awaiting Unitab to join in as well. Lonhro's all the rage in the saddle today is Lonhro's regular hoop, Darren Beedman.
Well, Darren, there's been a few comments made in recent times concerning Lonhro. I really believe it's they're kidding themselves. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, some people are saying negative. If you put them in a dark room and they develop.
Darren, I thought from barrier 2 you've drawn perfectly. Do you agree?
Yeah. Well, it's only a field of 8 runners, so it probably wouldn't matter where he drew. He's very tactical in what he can do and where he can be. So, but I'm very happy with gate 2. He should have a nice run.
Well, Mummify's probably got similar speed to a horse like Lonhro, which is going to at least keep you off the fence and give you the opportunity to come off the fence when it suits you. Would you agree?
Yeah, by race 7, you'll have a good indication of where the runners are going to be finishing on the best. So basically, all I want to do is try and follow probably the best horse in the race at the time, and depending on the circumstances, and we'll go from there.
Can you see Defy turning the tables?
Well, you can't underrate him. He's a great horse, and obviously 2000's an ideal type of distance for him. Track being a bit dead, I don't know, maybe that's a bit of a question mark beside him, but some old horses, they take, sometimes they take a run or two to sort of start to get near their peak, so I don't underestimate him at all.
And Darren, also Rum, he's been a wonderful galloper, and he's got pretty much a mortgage on this race and drawn okay, and his form's good going into it. What do you think about him?
Yeah, he's a horse that has got good natural speed. He's drawn out 14, so he's going to be working a little bit to get across, but he's been ultra consistent in this race over the last 6 years. So he's run a great race last year. He's dropping a bit in weight from last start, so who knows, the old fella might surprise again.
Good luck, mate.
Cheers.
Darren Beedman there, and I think when he finishes his race riding career, of the many races he'll remember, Alf, one will definitely be last year's Yalumba.
Oh, no question. And wasn't that a fantastic race? Like, you had the class of Sunline, and, she ran a terrific race, and Lonhro just pegged it back over the concluding stage. And I might add, they ran very good time too. It was one of the classic races on the calendar year.
It sure was, one of the stirring memories of last year's spring. Now, Rosehill Gardens, we have correct weight, Brad Stewart and Gerald Ryan. Lonhro's heading down towards the mounting yard for the Rich Yalumba Stakes, formerly the Caulfield Stakes, worth $400,000. Let's start by taking a look at the runners parading. And Lonhro, $1.50. Not quite so short on course, but still very much the flavour of on-course punters, Alf Matthews.
And it wouldn't surprise that being the case. Lovely looking individual, and I don't think we can produce anything in Melbourne that can put him to the test, to be honest with you. You look at him, in fact I reckon it's a worse field than what he met last start.
Well, Defier is number 2, and he chased home Lonhro last time out. He ran third on that occasion, and at this distance he's won 1 from 3.
Yes, and he gave the impression that he's looking for this ground now after his battling performance behind Lonhro last start. He looks as if he's gradually improving all the time and looks very good.
Number 3 is the Kiwi Star Distinctly Secret that won the Celt Capital Stakes by more than 3 lengths. Prior to that, beat My Governess at Otaki.
Yes, looks well. Look, there's got to be a little bit of a query in terms of the class of the form and the class of the field that he beat in New Zealand. But look, we've seen him on many occasions. He'll shape well, but I can't see this race being run to suit him.
Number 4, Hale, chased home Distinctly Secret in New Zealand last time out. Bruce Marsh, the trainer.
Fits into the same category, this horse, and although has travelled over very well, just like his country horse, Distinctly Secret. They're both good, but they're going to get back again, and again, I can't see them figuring.
The bolter in the field, according to betting, is Archave. David Reid from Wagga, the trainer.
Yeah, again, looks well. Just the form, the class. I just don't think they're in 1 and 2's class.
Number 6, Salinas. Blinkers off today. There will be so many eyes focused on this galloper from the Bart Cummings yard.
Blinkers on, blinkers off. He's got a different type of nose roll on again today. Look, he's a lovely looking individual. However, I want to see him do something before I'm prepared to put my money on him.
The last Group 1 day here at Caulfield, number 7, Mummify, brilliantly successful in the Underwood. Forget the Turnbull, he's a leading chance here.
And has trained on really nicely, and why wouldn't he? He never got out of a canter last start at Flemington. It was well documented, he had no luck. This is a horse that can figure, because he'll be very close to Lonhro throughout, if not sitting on his tail at some stage.
If there is any debate about where the pace may come from, perhaps it could be Platinum Scissors, Scott Seamer for Gai Waterhouse.
Yeah, again, steps up to the 2000, getting to a journey that I think suits him a little bit better. His effort was okay in the George Main. Again, has travelled down very well, as you would expect from Gai Waterhouse. But again, I can't see it beating Lonhro.
Okay, race is due to go in 5. Lonhro, all of the rage, ahead of Defier and Mummify on the tote. On course, it's Lonhro, favourite from Defier, Mummify third pick, and outside of those, Distinctly Secret is the next best in on-course betting. Platinum Scissors after that. We'll take this break. We're on the countdown to the Yalumba Stakes.
It's carnival time.
The Spring Carnival's in full swing, and the biggest event on the Gippsland calendar is for this, the Carlton Draft Moe Cup.
Moe comes alive on Thursday, October 16, with a huge day of racing. Then at 4:45, it's the running of the $100,000 Carlton Draft Moe Cup. There'll be hospitality marquees, fashions on the field, kids entertainment. Mr. Wheel of Fortune Rob Elliott will be here, and lots more.
Make sure you're here. Go!
Country racing, it's a great day out.
Got out early, has come right back in, remains value on the tote. Distinctly Secret, the tote odds are under what they're betting on course. Rank outsider is Archave, second outsider is Hale. Helenas continues to ease, and they're betting longer odds on course. Similar odds Mummify, it's been very easy on course. And Platinum Scissors is slight value on the tote. That's our look at the runners and the latest in betting. Now shortly will be called forward. Let's link up with Greg Miles for a classic Caulfield call.
He would join the greatest of elite company if he could win this here today. Certainly statistically anyhow. Lonhro has won 9 races since being successful here 12 months ago, 5 of them at Group 1 level. Defier's the second favourite in the race, and then it's Almost Right Your Own Ticket, Mummify third elect. Just wonder what will happen with Helenas. I heard Noel Callow saying on television last night that he's going to try and lead. Blinkers off today. I guess they've got to try something with him to try and get the spring back on track. But it's Lonhro that's the